If you grew up in the 90s, you definitely had at least one of these weird things in your house. Maybe it was a beanbag chair that exploded polystyrene beads all over your bedroom, or a giant waterbed your parents swore was cutting edge, until it sprang a leak and flooded your memories along with the carpet. At the time, it felt totally normal. Delia's neon inflatables one year, a 6-foot-tall CD tower the next. But by 1999, over 2.7 million beanbags had been recalled. Inflatables were melting in lawsuits, and America's waterbed dreams were literally going under. Why did our homes fill up with so much plastic, glow, and chaos? And what would a Gen Z kid even say if they tripped over a beaded curtain or heard the blink of a see-through landline? The answer is stranger, and way more hilarious than you remember. No piece of 90s furniture captures the era's wild optimism and hidden risks quite like the beanbag chair. In bedrooms from coast to coast, these shapeless blobs promised instant comfort, a throne for watching Nickelodeon marathons, a launch pad for sleepovers, and, more often than not, a ticking time bomb full of tiny polystyrene beads. Retailers like Sears and Toys R Us dedicated whole catalog pages to beanbags in neon, leopard, or tie-dye prints. Parents saw them as a harmless upgrade, a way to make a kid's room feel cool and current. Kids just wanted to flop down and disappear into the squish. But behind the bee, a flaw was lurking. By 1995, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission had tracked dozens of incidents where children unzipped their beanbags and crawled inside, mistaking the foam-filled interior for a secret hideout. The beads, light as air, could be inhaled or block a child's nose and mouth. 2 families, one in Kentucky and another in Texas, lost children who suffocated inside chairs with unprotected zippers. The shock was immediate. Over 2.7 million beanbags were recalled that year, and manufacturers scrambled to redesign their products with child-proof zippers and bright warning labels. CPSC flyers and news reports flooded the airwaves, urging parents to check every chair and keep them away from young kids until repairs could be made. The beanbag recall became a cautionary tale. Safety regulators, grieving parents, and manufacturers each played a part in rewriting the rules. For a generation raised on plastic and novelty, the lesson was stark. Even the weirdest, most beloved furniture could hide real danger. And yet, for every 90s kid, the memory of a beanbag chair bursting open, sending a blizzard of white beads across the carpet, remains oddly sweet, a symbol of both freedom and the chaos of growing up. Clear plastic, neon pink, and a promise of instant cool. By the late 1990s, inflatable furniture was everywhere a teen wanted to be. According to a 1997 Delia's catalog, the hottest back-to-school buy wasn't a pair of jeans, but a see-through chair that could turn any bedroom into a futuristic lounge. Marketers poured millions into focus groups of teenage girls who declared inflatable couches a sleepover essential. Retailers raced to keep up, and by 1998, the market for inflatable furniture soared past $500 million. Every mall seemed to have a display of glowing, bubble-shaped chairs stacked to the ceiling. But the dream deflated quickly. Reports piled up of chairs bursting at the seams, leaking air overnight, or filling rooms with a sharp chemical smell. Parents filed thousands of warranty claims, and angry buyers found themselves sitting on cold tile floors by morning. Class action lawyers took notice. By 1999, lawsuits alleged that some imports released toxic vinyl fumes, and supply chains scrambled to explain why so many products failed basic quality checks. Delia's, once the queen of the inflatable craze, quietly pulled full-page ads and shifted focus to safer, less squeaky decor. For kids of the 90s, the memory of a squeaky, half-deflated neon hook cage is hard to forget. It was the ultimate status symbol, until it wasn't. Imagine dropping one of those into a Gen Z living room today. The confusion, the noise, the smell. For a brief, shining moment, inflatable furniture promised a Jetsons future. In reality, it delivered a lot of patch kits and a crash course in buyer's remorse. Nothing in a 90s house said grown-up luxury quite like the waterbed. Parents swore by them. Advertising claimed a waterbed could soothe back pain, regulate temperature, and transform any master bedroom into a personal spa. Sears catalogs from 1997 listed queen and king models at $1,200, promising a lifetime of comfort and a touch of California cool. Kids, meanwhile, saw something closer to a science experiment. Every sleepover guest wanted to try the wobble, but the thrill came with a warning. One sharp object, and it was game over. Leaks were legendary. A single puncture could turn a carpeted bedroom into a soggy disaster zone overnight. The real nightmare, though, lurked beneath the surface. Mold. Miss one slow drip or a faulty liner, and a musty smell would haunt the room for months. Moving day? Forget it. Draining a king-size waterbed required hoses, buckets, and half the neighborhood's patience. By the late 90s, the waterbed industry was drowning in complaints. Lawsuits over leaks, warranty failures, and suspected back injuries filled court dockets from 1997 to 1999. Executives from once booming brands like Waterbed Emporium and Comfort Air found themselves facing bankruptcy judges instead of happy customers. By 1999, the market collapsed. Retailers slashed prices, and floor models vanished from showrooms. For parents, the waterbed's promise faded into a cautionary tale. For kids of the era, the memory remains: the gentle slosh of bedtime, the forbidden thrill of jumping just a little too hard, and the looming threat of waking up afloat. Drop a waterbed into a Gen Z bedroom today, and you'd likely get a call to the plumber or the lawyer. A lava lamp was more than just a lamp. It was a rite of passage for any self-respecting 90s teen. In the glow of those hypnotic blobs, bedrooms transformed into private sanctuaries, equal parts science experiment and personal statement. Sharper Image and Spencer's Gifts ran full-page ads in teen magazine, promising a room that felt like MTV Cribs on a Saturday night. The appeal wasn't just the psychedelic colors or the gentle, undulating movement. It was the waiting. Lava lamps demanded patience, a full 30 minutes to warm up, sometimes longer in winter, while the wax inside slowly liquefied and began its slow-motion dance. For a generation obsessed with instant gratification, this was an exercise in anticipation. Kids would flip the switch, sprawl across their beanbag or inflatable chair, and watch the lamp's first timid bubbles rise like a secret handshake. Parents called them dust magnets. But for teens, a lava lamp was a badge of individuality. No two ever looked the same. Friends who visited would crowd around, guessing at the hidden mechanics, speculating whether the lamp would ever overheat and explode. According to a 1996 Spencer's ad, the answer was no, unless you left it on for 24 hours straight. MTV presenters and Nickelodeon set designers featured lava lamps as shorthand for cool, a fixture in any room worth showing off to the world. If you dropped a lava lamp into a Gen Z bedroom today, you'd get questions. Why is it so slow? Where's the remote? But for 90s kids, the magic was in the waiting, the gentle glow, and the sense that your room was a little weirder and a lot more yours. Next to a beaded curtain or a neon phone, nothing said you'd arrived quite like a lava lamp bubbling away in the dark. A beaded curtain wasn't just a doorway. It was a declaration. Hanging a tangle of plastic beads between your room and the hallway meant you'd crossed from childhood into the mysterious territory of teen independence. For parents, it was a baffling trend, a divider that offered zero privacy and made a racket every time someone passed through. But for 90s kids, the clack and rattle of those beads became a soundtrack to late-night phone calls, secret diary entries, and endless attempts to keep siblings out. The real boom started after Nickelodeon's 1994 Kid Power report landed on buyers' desks at Sears and Target. According to that study, preteens wanted rooms that felt like their own kingdoms. No doors required. Retailers responded fast. By the following year, back-to-school catalogs featured beaded curtains in every color, from rainbow stripes to glow-in-the-dark. Sales jumped by 14%, and soon, entire aisles were devoted to plastic strands promising instant personality. For the kids who hung them up, the beads were more than decoration. They announced your arrival with a cascade of sound, a warning to anyone about to invade your space. Friends compared patterns, swapped beads, and tried, unsuccessfully, to untangle knots that seemed to form overnight. Parents grumbled about the noise, but the trend only grew. Drop a 90s beaded curtain into a Gen Z bedroom today, and you'd get a lot of questions. Why not just close the door? How did anyone sleep with that noise? But for a generation raised on Nickelodeon and catalog dreams, the beaded curtain was both a badge of individuality and a rite of passage, one clack at a time. Towering over bedrooms and living rooms like modern obelisks, the 6-foot CD tower stood as a monument to 90s musical pride. For kids and teens, these racks weren't just storage. They were a public declaration. Now that's what I call music volume. Every embarrassing boy band single, every burned mix from a friend had a place of honor. According to a 1998 Sears Wish book, the Mega 300 CD tower promised to hold your entire music world, while Best Buy's holiday ads boasted 72-inch racks at prices that lured even cautious parents. The towers multiplied as CD sales exploded. Nearly 1 billion discs sold in 1999 alone, with Billboard reporting that retailers scrambled to keep up, stacking towers in aisles and warehouses from coast to coast. But the golden age was brief. As the year closed, Napster arrived, and with it, the promise of infinite music, with no physical footprint at all. Suddenly, those mighty towers became stranded artifacts. Best Buy and Tower Records, locked in a holiday price war, found themselves with mountains of unsold inventory. Billboard's December 1999 memo described the fallout. Thousands of now CD towers stranded in back rooms as Napster took off overnight. Some towers were repurposed for DVDs. Others became awkward dust collectors, relics of a time when music meant plastic cases and liner notes, not playlists and cloud storage. For 90s kids, the CD war was a badge of taste, sometimes cringe, sometimes cool. Parents grumbled about the clutter, but for a generation, the act of organizing, displaying, and defending your collection was a rite of passage. Drop a 6-foot tower into a Gen Z living room today, and you'd get stares. Is it art, a bookshelf, or just a really weird coat rack? Only 90s kids remember the pride and heartbreak of watching their music monument go from centerpiece to punchline. Subscribe if you ever had to alphabetize your CDs by hand. Nothing said, "The future is now," in a 90s bedroom, quite like a see-through neon phone. Clear plastic shells revealed every wire, circuit, and microchip. No secrets, just technology on full display. When the phone rang, colored lights blinked in sync with each ring, turning a call from your best friend into a mini light show. According to the 1990 USPTO patent number 4926531, these designs were meant to make the phone's guts part of the appeal. But getting there wasn't easy. Telecom executives doubted anyone would want to see the inside of a telephone, let alone put one in the middle of the living room. Designers pushed back, and focus groups of teens and preteens gave a resounding yes. The more wires, the better. The more neon, the cooler. By 1993, models like the Unisonic Neon Phone and Swatch's Twin Phone were popping up in Sears and Toys R Us catalogs. Parents grumbled about the flashing lights, but for kids, every incoming call was a chance to show off. Before cell phones took over, this was the first taste of personal tech style, a landline that looked like a gadget from the future, even if it was still chained to the wall. Every 90s kid remembers the feeling. A birthday party, a pile of wrapping paper, and there it was, Tiger Electronics handheld game, sealed in plastic and screaming with neon artwork. These chunky rectangles became the decade's pocket obsession, offering a slice of your favorite cartoon or sports franchise for about $20. Power Rangers, Sonic, NBA stars. If it had a fan base, Tiger found a way to slap it on an LCD screen. the secret weapon behind this tidal wave. Roger Schiffman, Tiger's licensing mastermind, who out-hustled Nintendo by grabbing every pop culture property that wasn't bolted down. According to a 1997 Chicago Tribune profile, Schiffman's team would cut deals with TV studios and toy companies before competitors even noticed the trend. The result: aisles at Toys R Us and Kmart stacked with dozens of nearly identical games, each promising a new adventure, even if the action amounted to a few flickering frames and a single button. Parents saw a cheap way to buy peace and quiet. Kids saw a ticket to playground bragging rights. Today, hand a Tiger handheld to a Gen Z gamer and watch the confusion set in. No save feature, no color, just relentless beeping and a plastic window into 90s childhood. For us, though, it was the height of portable gaming, and every birthday haul felt incomplete without one. Before cell phones, kitchen privacy was a full-contact sport. The corded wall phone, with its absurdly long spiral cord, was the real MVP of 90s communication. Kids would stretch that plastic coil from one end of the house to the other, ducking into closets or behind doors, twisting the cord around uncles and pets in a desperate bid for a little secrecy. The longer the cord, the more tangled it got, each conversation ending with someone on the floor trying to unknot a spaghetti mess of plastic. According to a 1995 Sears catalog, extra long cords could reach up to 25 feet, promising mobility for the busy household. But the real showstoppers were the novelty phones. Tyco's Garfield phone, first released in 1986, blinked its sleepy eyes every time the receiver was lifted. The Lips phone, bright red and impossible to ignore, sat on desks like a dare. Spencer's Gifts and Toys R Us has turned these oddities into status symbols, selling hamburger phones, football phones, and even a see-through rotary for the truly adventurous. For teens, having your own line meant independence. For parents, it meant another number to pay for, and one more reason to worry about the long-distance bill. Drop a Garfield phone into a Gen Z kitchen today and watch the confusion unfold. No FaceTime, no texting, just the thrill of slamming the receiver down when your sibling tried to eavesdrop. Only 90s kids remember the daily drama of cord chaos and the pure joy of answering a phone shaped like a cheeseburger. In 1995, the Consumer Product Safety Commission recalled 2.7 million beanbag chairs, a reminder that even the weirdest 90s trends had real impact. From $500 million in inflatable furniture sales to 6-foot CD towers abandoned after the rise of Napster, every item in this documentary is backed by catalog pages, ads, and industry records from the decade. We've seen how marketers fueled a national obsession with see-through phones, novelty handsets, and Tiger handheld games, over 25 million of which were sold. Yet, not every story is fully told. Many inflatables, lawsuits, and waterbed safety records remain buried in court archives. What's clear is that the 90s urge for fun and individuality shaped both our homes and our memories. According to a 1997 Toys R Us catalog, these products weren't just random fads. They defined a generation's taste and tech curiosity. Looking back, it's the oddities that unite us. Our weird stuff made the 90s unforgettable.